have quickly scored 2 runs, and they still have no outs. Now Cipriano's second pitch to the batter.
Showing bunt is Ennis, and he gets hit on the foot. And now we have the bases loaded here for who, in my opinion, has been the best hitter of the game, and that's Brady Hyde. And he's going to come up now with an momentous opportunity here.
Now batting, second baseman number 12, Brady Hyde.
So the bases are loaded. Still nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning, and Hyde coming in with the bases loaded. And he can give the Pumas the lead right here.
Yeah, and Riley Kirk, who started off this inning, is almost scheduled to bat one more time, and there's still no outs. There's been 5 batters up. Well, now the 6 batters at the plate, and Lucero waiting for somebody at first base to get ready. The runner at first base, Ennis. His foot probably a little sore after being hit there in the bunt attempt, and now here's the pitch from Lucero. Oh, and it's blocked down by Shanks. Not in the nicest area, but he was able to stay in front of it, and it's a ball 1 with no runs coming across instead of ball 1 and not having the lead. Now the Gauchos are in, at least the infield corners are in. Pretty much double play mode for the 2 middle infielders. They wouldn't mind trading 2 outs for a run instead of trying to get, staying in that ball, get ripped past them like it has been the last 2 times the infielders have been in.
But nonetheless, 2 runners in scoring position, and probably the better hitter of the game here in Hyde as the 1-1 comes in, and it's a ball inside 2-1.
And for Lucero, you can't walk anybody right here. You absolutely cannot. So just throw strikes. And you know what? If it gets hit, baseball's a game of failure. Nobody really hits 100% all season. So sometimes you just get lucky and that ball gets popped up. So you just need to hope that you get a bad swing.
Another ball down in the dirt, 3-1. And the bases are loaded. You do not want to walk in a run here.
This has to be a strike, no matter what. You have to throw a strike here.
And you have to be throwing a strike to Brady Hyde.
I know. Fucking
Lucero here with the 3-ball pitch. And it is cranked.
It's going to be a double play. Jesus says, well, hey, to Donahue, they're going to get 2 outs.
So a nice job of getting 2 outs on that one. And taking the lead will be the Pumas, but nonetheless, a very well-needed 2 outs there. Bases are no longer loaded. However, there is a runner over at third base.
Now batting, catcher number 2, Matt Malkin.
Come on, Matt!
And it looks like we're going to have a little mound visit from Shanks, talking to Lucero a little bit. Just trying to ease his nerves a little bit. Gaucho's now in a deficit. They don't want to let it get to them a little bit. They still have 2 at-bats left to go, but definitely want to get out of this inning right now.
Yeah, and when you come up to bat the next time, you're not going to be down 3 runs like you were in the bottom of the 7th. Even though you have 3 less outs, you're only going to need 1 more to tie the game and potentially take the lead. So when you do get to the top of the 9th inning, you can close it out. But when you get back up there, you have to bring the same patience you did in the bottom of the 7th. Because if you start to get freaked out, if you start to worry, you're going to take some bad swings, you're going to take bad at-bats. And if you can take good at-bats down 3, it looks like we're going to get an intentional walk here. If you can take good at-bats when you're down 3 runs, you can definitely take good at-bats when you're only down 1 run.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to intentionally walk Malkin right now.
And Malkin has been another player who's just absolutely taken it to him today. He's had a single in all 3 of his at-bats today. And so you want to stay away from him, and then you can get to Harry
and
Guard.
Intentionally walking to get to Harry Guard, and what has he done today?
We'll see. I think for Guard, coming up to the plate is going to be an interesting thing. You get around Malkin, but for Guard, he's had 2 singles and a sacrifice fly to left field, so he's 2 for 2 today.
2 for 2. So you got to wonder what the thought process is. Maybe just trying to avoid Malkin.
Now batting, right fielder number 37, Harry Guard. And I think it's just a case of you go to the guy who you've actually gotten out today. Even though Guard has taken it to you a little bit, it's a matter of who have you gotten out, because all you need is 1 out. You have 2 outs right now. So if you weren't getting Malkin out, but you're able to get Guard out last time, you might as well go to the guy who you got out.
The first pitch is outside and high. And if you're Lucero, you just need a get a ground ball pitch, change up, down and away, or like toss him a fastball, but make it high enough to the point where he can't really get anything on it.
Yeah, and Lucero is a knuckleball pitcher, so we'll see if he starts using it. That looks like he threw one there. And Guard's a little upset at himself because that ball was hanging. That knuckleball did not really move all that much, and we could have been talking about him hitting the stop sign about 500 feet away from the stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. It was hanging a little bit, not too much movement, but nonetheless, it's a 1-1 count here. 2 outs here. Once again, Paradise Valley retaking the lead here. Score is now 8-7.
And that's unfortunate. That ball does bounce, and Cameron
2 runners in scoring position now.
Yeah, but that also takes away from that force out at second, because if that ball's up the middle of the infield,
it's 2 runs automatically, pretty much in this very deep ballpark.
Well, and if it's up the middle of the field and one of your middle infielders gets it, they have to go to second, or they have to go to first. Whereas if they get the ball, maybe they could just slip it to second. Now you have to throw that ball across the diamond.
And a very scary one there. Good job by Shanks to get on it, as that fastball is just thrown directly into the dirt.
So, for Lucero, he needs to get this thing 3-1 the count here. Don't throw anything crazy because you do have a base open. But you also don't want to get yourself into a situation.
Nice off-speed pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, good job with that strike. You don't want to get yourself into a situation where if you let up another walk.
So full count here with 2 outs. No one should be running. But nonetheless, a full count. You do not want to walk the bases loaded again. Something that the Pumas and the Gauchos both know at this point.
Yeah, and for the Gauchos, it's all about getting in, as they've really gotten into that bullpen. As that's a ball in the dirt, they got into that bullpen, and so they know they can do it one more time.
So now we're going to see Dylan Cole come up to bat, see what he can do here with the bases loaded.
Now batting, center fielder number 39, Dylan Cole.
As we're going to see the pitching coach for the Gauchos once again come out, and there is going to be another pitching change, as you don't want to take any chances, especially with the season on the line practically, as we're going to be right back after the pitching change here on the Gauchos Livestream Network. So back in here, once again, top of the 8th. 2 outs to go, but the bases are loaded now. And we have a new pitcher for the Gauchos in number 8, Cody Fisher. And the first ball that he throws is, in fact, a ball. And you really don't want to walk in another run if you're the Gauchos, especially already being down by 1 right here.
Yeah, and for Cody Fisher, he's pitched pretty well this season. Let's just see if he can go out there. He just needs the 1 out, so throw some strikes as he does right there, and it's going to get through left field, and that's going to bring in 1. Here comes the second one. Sawyer shoots his throw. That's going to bring in 2 more for Paradise Valley.
10-7 is now the score here for Paradise Valley.
Go!
And it is very quiet over there in the Gaucho bench. And already, I believe that's how many, like 4 runs scored in this inning.
Now batting, designated hitter number 11, Riley Kirk. And the guy that got this inning all started, Riley Kirk, is now back up to bat with 2 outs. Guys on first and second.
Come on, Riley! Come on, Riley, let's go. What do you say now? Right here, come on.
Chopper over to second base and just thrown over to first, and that is an out, and that will end this half of the inning. But a good job by Paradise Valley of getting back into it and taking the lead as they go into the bottom of the 8th with a 3-run lead, 10-7. We'll be right back here on the Gaucho Livestream Network with the bottom of the 8th. So in now here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Gauchos find themselves in a 3-run hole, finding out what exactly they're going to be able to do here as Dakota Solis steps up to lead off the inning. New pitcher for Paradise Valley, we'll tell you about him right now, number 8, Brandon Barnes. So Barnes looking to finish out these last 6 outs here for the Pumas, as already a 1-0 count turns into a 2-0 rather quickly. Solis, I believe, has a single already to his name in this game, and looking to get a little bit more. They need some runners on base here to start out this 8th inning, as a quick 3-0 count here to Solis.
Here we go, all the way back, 8.
Yeah, and for the Gauchos, like we talked about last inning, when you get back in the dugout, you need to take patient at bats. Now you are down 3 again, like you were in the bottom of the 7th, but now you have 3 less outs to play with. So your at bats really have to be good, but that's going to be a walk to start.
4-pitch walk there as Solis gets on base with rather ease, and now stepping in is going to be the leadoff hitter, Salaya.
Now batting number 12, Elijah Salaya. So now you have speed on the bases at first, and now you have speed in the box. So if you can get something in the gap here, we might be talking about a triple.
Here comes the pitch to Salaya, and it's in there for a strike, 0-1. First strike of the game here for Barnes.
Yeah, 5 pitches in, and he finally gets his first strike. 1 for 2 for Salaya today with a single. And for Salaya, it's all about, like we said, taking those patient at-bats, taking those good at-bats. You have less outs to play with, so you have to make your at-bats count. As Salaya's going to rip it to second, it's caught, back to first, and it's a double play.
A nice job there by the infield of the Pumas. 2 very quick outs, and what a deflation. You know, you get a runner on base, and you think things are going, and something like that happens. Not necessarily Solis' fault, just, you know, quicker reflexes could have helped him out there.
Now batting number 9, Cameron Shanks.
So Shanks comes up and he fouls it off to start out. 0-1 the count now. Cameron Shanks having a good game behind the plate himself, as that one is ripped into right field.
Off the scoreboard is that home run, and the Gauchos now pulled themselves within 2.
Nice job by Cameron Shanks of hitting that one deep when they needed it the most.
See down the right field line. So all game I've really been standing up and trying to look down there and letting Adrian know what's going on. So that one I kind of had to take control because there was a lot going on there.
Deep down the right field line,
now
hitting the
batting number 2, Jesus Azwahe.
And all of a sudden the Gauchos find the deficit cut down to just 2. And Azwahe steps in and takes the ball 1. And you got to wonder if that double play doesn't happen, this is only a 1-run ball game, Seth.
No, it would be tied. Or, well, that's true. That is true.
Because he didn't get on base.
Yeah, that's right. He lined out. If he wasn't able to get on play, it would only be a one run game. Isn't that easy, huh?
So 2-run deficit right now, 10-8 the score now, as Wahe steps in.
Here's the pitch, and that's a strike.
A strike. So 2-2 the count now to the shortstop.
And for the Gauchos, now you've pulled it within 2. And 2 runs with 4 outs. Not the easiest thing in the world to do. As Wahe breaks his bat, it's to the shortstop.
Nice
Brisson
play
picks it
over
up and throws him out. And we're going to go to the top of the 9th. The Gauchos trail the Pumas 10-8. We'll be back here on the Gauchos live stream network.
So here in the top of the 9th, and the Gauchos are down to their last 3 outs. But before that, Paradise Valley with an opportunity to add already to their 2-run lead. And leading off is going to be Jennings, who's had a good game himself, already doubled today.
Yeah, and for the Gauchos, it's all about getting out of this inning. I know we've said it the last 3 innings, but you're down 2. You can't afford to get down anymore. There's a pitch from Fisher low and on the outside corner for a strike. So for Fisher, had a rough inning. He did give up a run when he came out there, but he's only thrown 5 pitches so far. He was able to get the Gauchos to that last inning, as here's the 1-1, and it's going to be low for a ball. And for Fisher, he's just got to stay confident out there, trust himself, and keep up. No hits. The key right here, clean inning right now. Is here's the 2-1, fastball and it's high, and it's fouled away towards the third base side. And the count goes to 2-2.
And yeah, at Paradise Valley, they have an opportunity here to add to their already 2-run lead. And the Gauchos need to get things going in the third. You can see the Gauchos bench very, very quiet and solemn right now. And what is going through their minds is their season is in the balance right now. Has a nice strikeout there from Fisher. Catches Jennings looking.
Now batting, third baseman number 20, Turner Lace.
So Turner Lace up to bat, and like I said, Seth, the Gauchos bench looking rather quiet and solemn. What's going through their minds is their season is in the balance with only 3 outs left to go.
Well, I think for them, it's they need to get out of this inning, and then they'll start to feel a little good about themselves. Hasn't been smooth sailing for anybody pitching on that mound the last 3 innings, but they know if they can get a clean inning here, no runs allowed, they can give themselves a chance. Look, you scored 5 runs in an inning in this game, so you can score 2. You know you can score 2. That's a good pitch there for a strike, and now it's 1-1.
Yeah, so the Gauchos going to try to get themselves back into this one when they are at bat, but right now it is the Pumas who are at bat, and right now it is...
As a pitch is it's going to be Turner Lace, the third baseman.
And he had a very hard-hit single right in between third base and shortstop last time up that actually scored a run.
Yeah, and he was part of that. I believe he's the one that scored the run from Riley Kirk, and that's what this game's all about. Is when you get those opportunities, you need to slap them home, and that's what he did. As Fisher's pitch on the hands.
That was the same pitch that pretty much he singled last time out. It was very in on his hands, and he just torqued those hips really well and got his hands around it. But that one's fouled off, and sporting a mouth guard is Lace. I don't think I've ever seen a baseball player who wears a mouth guard, but that could be based off a terrible experience of his.
Yeah, if you take a fastball off the teeth or you take a quick hop off the teeth, that mouthpiece might become your best friend real quick. So
I got a concussion one time from a ground ball, stupid divot in the dirt, and caught me right in the temple. So maybe wearing a mouth guard isn't as dumb as I thought. Nearly a nice play over there at third base, but nonetheless, an infield single that's going to be for Lace, as just not being able to get to it was Lessard, and he's kind of getting a little upset with himself right now over there at third base.
Yeah, and for Lessard, that went in and out of his glove, so he definitely had it, but you just got to stay in. Now you know one pitch can get you out of an inning. Now batting, shortstop number 25, Josh Briston.
Let's go 2-5.
So coming up is the 9-hole Briston. He's had 1 single today.
Stay back.
And there's a swing. He actually hasn't had a hit today. That first pitch is fouled off. 6-3 on an at-bat, flew out to right field, and has also popped out. And so for the Gauchos, this is a guy you can really get out. He's hit a ground ball, he's fouled out, and he's fouled off, or he's popped out to right field. And so if you can
get a ground ball here, so you don't have to face Ennis up next, who is on deck right now. You can get a ground ball, get yourself out of this inning, and not have to face that top of the order.
And not only that, but if you get him to fly out, that runner doesn't advance, and that's important. Even though you're getting back to the top of the lineup, you have 2 outs, and even if you have Ennis come up, if he doesn't hit anything into the gap, you're still able to contain a runner. As that's chopped up the middle, it's by Solis, and making a turn but not going is Turner Lace, and now it's first and second with 1 out.
And now here's a dangerous position that you're in, because now Ennis has someone in scoring position, as it looks like we are going to... No, it looked like for a second we were going to take a small break, but nonetheless, Ennis coming up to the plate.
Now batting, first baseman number 1, Logan Ennis. So for Logan Ennis, he's had a dandy of a game. He does have a single, and so he's been a big part of this offense. As Cody Fisher's first pitch to him,
running over at third.
It's going to be a hit and run. It's over the head of Solis, and the Pumas are going to score at least 1, and they're going to have runners at first and third with 1 out.
So like I had said, adding to their lead, and once again with a 3-run lead, all the work that Shanks had to do to get that home run, and kind of drifting away now with a 3-run lead here for Paradise Valley, looking to add even more to it with only 1 out.
Now batting, second baseman number 12, Brady High.
I like I'm back,
So in comes Hyde now. He's had a pretty good game himself, and swinging rather funkily at a pitch that was way outside.
Yeah, and he was way early. He was a little off speed. I think he was expecting fastball, probably a changeup. Those look the same as but the changeup's a little slow and he'll drop on you at the end.
So runners at the corners here with 1 out. 11-8 is the score. Paradise Valley in the lead, as that one is a high fly. Running in on it is the left fielder, and he's going to get to it. Not tagging up was the runner at third base. Questionable decision. considering that he had to run quite a ways to get there, but Sawyer Treese able to pull it in.
Now betting. Catcher number 2, Matt Malkin. One, in that situation, you don't want to tag up, because if he drops the ball and you start running, well, you're going to get gunned out because the ball's going to drop right in front of him. So it's smart to get halfway. And so even though they don't get that run, and maybe that'll be important at the end, but they're not throwing it at third at home, something that's the coach's worst nightmare.
So now coming in is going to be Harry Gard. No, actually it is going to be Matt Malkin, the catcher, as he's had himself a pretty good game as that off-speed pitch comes in there for a strike.
Let's go, Matty!
Yeah, now Fisher just needs one out. It's going to take one pitch to get him out of this inning. A couple of unlucky bounces for him, and here's the pitch, and that's going to be a strike, and Malkin knew it. As Malkin tips his head back, maybe dreaming that ball hits the batter's eye in center field and could extend the lead for the Pumas. But now Fisher 0-2. We'll see where he works. Does he waste a pitch, or does he want to get right out of here and get his boys up to the bat? And now Malkin grounds it, and it's picked up by Lassard. He throws. It's way too far, and it's going to get by. No, it doesn't get by Donahue. He holds it down.
His foot was off the bag, the umpire says, and another run is going to score. 12-8 to score now.
And just really unlucky. Some of the most unlucky baseball I've ever seen in this inning. Now batting, right fielder number 37, Harry Gard. And Malkin didn't get out of the box right away. He kind of took his time. He thought that was going to roll foul, and if he had waited just a second longer, we might have been talking about the Gauchos are only down 3. Now they're down 4.
And so now Harry Gard coming up. But once again, runners at the corners. Still actually there is 2 outs now, as that one is hit over to short. And throwing it on to first is Azwahe over to Donahue, and that is going to end this half of the inning. So when we come back, we are going to have the bottom of the 9th inning. Paradise Valley up by 4 this time out, and we will be right back here on the Gauchos live stream network. So 3 outs left to go in the Gaucho season, and it all starts right here with Mason Kruger. Barnes still in the game pitching here for the Pumas, as he delivers a first pitch over to Mason, and it's in there for a strike, 0-1. And the whole season in the balance right here for the Gauchos. Once again, they do have a game tomorrow afternoon at noon against Paradise Valley. That is on the road, and it won't mean as much as it would if they won this game today, Seth.
Yeah, and for Coach Grant, like we said, retiring after this season, a long 30-plus years of being the baseball coach here, you really want to get him into the playoffs so he can fight for his first ever national championship.
Ball inside, and that's going to be a ball 2-1, the count now to Kruger. So Kruger had himself a pretty good sophomore year. Once again, the last home game of the season, so it is sophomore night. So good job of appreciating these sophomores that we have that are playing their last home game of at least junior college baseball. Some of these might be moving on to play at the higher collegiate level.
Yeah, and for Barnes, he threw that strike, which was kind of borderline to begin with. It might have been a little low and outside, but since then, 3 straight balls, and now Kruger's way ahead in this at-bat.
Kruger might want to get on base, find any way to do so, and as that one is in there for a strike, full count now.
As hitting coach Jason Stein used to coach in the major leagues for the Rangers and the Indians for over a decade. As here's the pitch from Barnes. It's high, ball 4, and now the Gauchos have a man on base with 1 out.
Yeah, that's all you need at this point is runners on base. And now coming up to hit is going to be number 7 for the Gauchos. That's Mitchell Allen, the designated hitter.
Now batting number 7, Mitchell Allen.
So we'll see what Allen can do here with nobody out, 1 runner on. Barnes working in his 3rd inning here.
And for Barnes, in that last at bat, he didn't throw 2 strikes in a row. Now he has, but don't be fooled by if he throws a first pitch strike doesn't mean he's always coming back with a strike. So especially with 3 outs, you got to be patient up there because you need base runners.
As that one's just down in the dirt there for a ball 1-1. And you got to wonder if these Gaucho hitters are going to be a little bit more patient in this half inning as they need runners and they could use some walks. Haven't seen exactly anything super overwhelming from Barnes, but he's doing well right there as he delivers a nice changeup right there that catches him off guard, and it's quickly 1-2.
Well, and I mean, I guess technically he's thrown 2 strikes in a row in this at bat, but last at bat he couldn't string together 2 straight strikes. And if Allen doesn't swing, that's not a strike. So just be patient. He's not going to throw you anything good, and even if he is ahead in the count or a little behind, it's not going to be a pitch you're going to be able to get your hands on necessarily. So don't be fooled by a normal pitcher's count here.
So 2-2 here. Nobody out, runner on first, down by 4 as that one is swung on and
he fouled
tipped
it
off, and had that catcher held on to it, it would have been 1 out right now.
Yeah, and that's all those pitches have been low. Even the first pitch strike, a little low, and everything's been like middle low in the dirt. So Mitchell Allen's got to know that that's where he's working right now.
And that one is very close to being a strikeout, but instead we'll have a full count here.
Looks like it was a little off the plate, and Allen, who had swung on a couple of terrible pitches earlier, shows some patience and works the count to 3-2.
Game time was starting at around 3:06, just passing 3 hours of game time, as Allen strikes out on a nice off-speed pitch there from Barnes, and 1 out. As we will now have the first baseman Donahue come up, who came up huge in his last at-bat, and I'll tell you how in just a bit.
He's 3 for 4 today and starts it off with a ball. And so we'll see if Riley Donahue can get himself on base. That last at bat before we get too far, Mitchell Allen so early on those off-speed pitches. I think he was thinking fastball, but you got to know if he's not going to throw you fastball all at bat, it doesn't mean he's going to come back with a fastball to get you out.
And that one is floated over to center field. Going back is the center fielder, and it is going to be caught very close to the warning track, and it is going to be 1 out. 2 outs, I should say. And now the Gauchos are down to their final outs, not only of this game, but pretty much of their season, as it rests in the balance now of number 1, Hunter Lassard.
Now batting number 1, Hunter Lassard. And yeah, you got to score 4 runs
off 1 out. Yeah, exactly.
And with Lassard, you see him take a deep breath, as he kind of knows that he needs to get to the next guy, which would be Sawyer Treese. The first pitch from Barnes is low. Oh, I guess not.
A little bit of a.
It's going to be a strike. And Lassard.
Coach Grant's got to wonder what's going on right now, and Coach Grant seems like the type of person to kind of just rust a law, despite what the implications of tomorrow may be, Seth.
Yeah, and so the Pumas head coach just told the infield, don't even worry about the runner. It's all about the batter right now. You're down 4, and Hunter Lassard barely fouls that one off. He's a little ahead, and it looked like he was actually going to check, But good thing he didn't check because it would have been a strike because he would have went all the way around anyways, and he was able to foul it off.
Very quiet here at the Gaucho Stadium here. Fans knowing that it's might be it right here. 0-2 the count still. Barnes delivers and another foul off, and that caught the catcher a little bit. A little wobbly.
Hey, you're good. You got one left.
So should the Gauchos lose today, they will finish above 500, and I believe they're 31-23 coming into this game. They'll finish 18-21 in the conference.
Well, and like you said, there's still a game tomorrow, so they still could finish 19-21, but it's going to eliminate them from playoff contention. We have the 0-2 pitch here from Barnes. Here it is. Lassard pops it up.
Pops it up over to right field.
About right center field. It's the right field who's going to get under it. He's going to catch it, and that's going to be it. The Paradise Valley Pumas have clinched the 4th playoff spot here in the ACCAC and NJCAA Division II. The final score here from Glendale Community College is the Paradise Valley Pumas 12 and your Gauchos 8. We'll be back here with post-game coverage on the Gaucho live stream network. Welcome back here to a Gauchos live stream with a little post-game wrap-up. Paradise Valley 12 and your Gauchos 8. The Gauchos have been eliminated from playoff contention. Final totals: Paradise Valley 12 runs on 18 hits and an error. The Gauchos 8 runs, 13 hits on 0 errors. Couple things of note: a couple doubles from Paradise Valley, Hyde and Jennings, a triple by Jennings as well. The Gauchos get a double from Shanks as well as a home run. Donahue with a triple. Pitching was not great. Brisky went 6 innings, and so did Paradise Valley's pitcher Sweeney. And I think pitching-wise, after the 7th inning, things got a little crazy. And so for the Gauchos, it's the end of their season, and so we're going to go over the scoring real quick. Paradise Valley gets 2 quick runs in the 1st inning. Gauchos strike back in the 3rd and the 5th. The top of the 6th, Paradise Valley grabs 2. Then Paradise Valley grabs 1 more in the top of the 7th to extend their lead to 3. The Gauchos come back and take the lead 7-5 with 5 runs in the 7th. But Paradise Valley also adds 5 more in the top of the 8th. The Gauchos score 1 more to cut it to 2. Paradise Valley scores their 2 runs to extend it to 12-8 in the 9th inning. The Gauchos get 1 runner, and that's it. And so the Gauchos out of the playoffs. 1 more game tomorrow. We'll be there. At least I know I will. We'll see about Adrian Palaio, but it's a tough way to end the season. And what did you see out of this game?
Just a very back-and-forth game. The winning pitcher, Brandon Barnes, and losing pitcher, Cipriano Lucero, unfortunately. But tough go for the Gauchos, not being able to make the postseason now. Coach Grant's season probably not ending the way that he wanted it to go. But nonetheless, there's still a game tomorrow, and you always want to win your last game, nonetheless, if it's in the playoffs or not. So we're going to see what happens tomorrow over in Paradise Valley. We'll probably be there around noon or so, calling the game over there, and we will see what happens tomorrow. So once again, Gauchos losing their final home game of the season, and congratulations to Paradise Valley for making it into the postseason. And I'm Adrian Palau. This is Seth Askelson. Anything else for you to say, Seth?
Nope. Thank you for joining us in this inaugural broadcast. I know things were a little shaky. Internet connection not the greatest here at GCC. Hopefully we can get some better at Paradise Valley tomorrow. But we're looking forward to expanding this channel not just from baseball, but football next season when fall starts, volleyball probably. We're looking forward to traveling. At least I know I am. We're not going to go anywhere out of county, to like Yavapai or maybe to Yavapai. It's nice up there, only an hour drive.
I'm not going anywhere in the summer. I'm not going anywhere where it might be hot.
Well, not in the summer, but I mean we're talking about when the seasons start up again. But we're looking forward to traveling around Maricopa County, bringing you great Gaucho sports action. And so football, we'll bring you basketball, both men's and women's. We're looking forward to bringing you volleyball as well, baseball and softball. And so this is a sign off for tonight. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. For Seth Askelson,
I'm Adrian Palau. You can follow me on Twitter at azpalau21, and you can follow my boy here at Saskelson96, and we will see you guys later.